Philip, what do you
Yeah,
think about Gordon? Would you sell for 100 million? What do you think about this?
I think the only reason we would sell is if he wanted to go.
Ooh,
I don't think when we say I think we can reject 100 million. We don't necessarily need to take. We do need to sell players, but I prefer we sell players. I think Gordon is a Champions League level player. Hence why Liverpool are looking at him in the first place. He's one of the best lengthening forwards in Europe. That there is no doubt. He's at least a level, maybe two above Barnes as much as I rate Barnes. And there's more gears to go to him. Did he tail off? Yes. I personally think that's to do with the fact that Lewis Hall was injured for the last 6, 7 games or whatnot. I think without Lewis Hall, I know that Livramento obviously came in on that left, but I think I think if you look at how Lewis Hall dictated a lot of the play for us when he was playing, I mean, those games where he had more touches on the ball than Bruno did. And so that affected Gordon a little bit. That's not to take away accountability from Gordon. Could he have done better? For instance, the Arsenal game, getting dispossessed, falling on the floor and costing us a goal. All those type of things, yes. But I do think that Gordon is a Champions League level player. I think ideally Howe wouldn't want him to leave. I think he'd want to add Ilanga and João Pedro together to play with Gordon if he could, and sell Barnes, Longstaff, Willock, possibly a couple other people to make up 50, 60, 70 million pounds in sales. But ideally would want to keep Gordon. I think there was something of note where essentially that if Liverpool were to come in for him with a certain number, we wouldn't necessarily stand in his way. But I don't think it's because we're a selling club. I think we've
yeah.
already proven that last year with Bruno Gomes when City came looking for him. I think we're going to prove it this year with Isak and others. But I think the only reason Gordon will go is if he wants to go, and Liverpool come with a number that we agree with. But I wouldn't. Ideally, I don't think anybody want to sell him.
Then that,
Presumably, though, if Liverpool are seriously interested in Gordon, they've got to let go of either Diaz or
Yeah.
Or not.
Gapco.
Or not.
Now then,
Or
if
not.
that's the case,
No, stop with this conspiracy trading
how about
nonsense, man.
Gordon for
Oh
Diaz
my god.
I like
and
Gakpo.
let
I'll take.
and
I'd
Here's
rather
here's
have
my
Harvey
Diaz.
Elliott?
here's
Let
my
me tell you
take.
something.
I think we should try and
I'd rather have Diaz over
offer
anybody, to be honest with you.
Villa. We should try and offer Villa the money they need plus Barnes for Morgan, and just try and get
Plus
him in.
Barnes. No, 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 no. We ain't
Yeah.
gonna put Barnes in there,
Well,
man.
Morgan's come on. He's the big
No, no.
cheese.
We've got the
Yeah.
outside corners in the Barnes camp here.
No,
No, I like
Barnes has
that.
saving your
I
season,
like
man,
Barnes. I like
from the
Barnes. But
bench.
he's nearly 28, and I think if you could get Morgan Rogers for 30 or 40 million plus Barnes, then you've done a good bit of business there. You've got a young 21-year-old talent.
Yeah.
That'd be but it won't happen. Villa won't sell
Well,
him.
this also comes from the Sun. So a lot of big media outlets saying this that Gordon is said to be high on their wish list following talks last summer, and it was very much real that he was near leaving
Yeah.
Newcastle United. So I don't know. He's won a trophy already. With Newcastle. For him, maybe repaying that favor of, I don't know, saving him from Everton, or the fact that he did say multiple times, I want to win a trophy with the club. He's done that already. So I don't know. I wouldn't automatically say that this. And by the way, the Colombian, according to this Diaz, it says he is happy at Anfield, but revealed he could explore other opportunities this summer with interest from La Liga, Giants, Barcelona. So, as much as Win thinks Barcelona is a Turkish team, they are one of the biggest in the world. So that will tickle most players. So and I don't think any English football club can persuade a player from staying over going to Barcelona or Real Madrid. So if that's the case, then he might be going over there. I don't know. 100 million is a lot of money though. A lot of cash. Gary, did you join in on this one?
I mean, listen, Anthony Gordon apparently market value is around about £65 million. If you look at Anthony Gordon's stats from his start in the Everton academy. His output on the other end has never been fantastic. I mean, I've just been having a quick glance because I want it to be 100% behind what I say. So in 149 matches, Premier League matches, he scored 25 goals and had 18 assists. That's 9,734 minutes. So his numbers aren't fantastic when it comes to, if you think he can play across the front three. And he's played for Everton a lot of the time through the middle when they were struggling to score goals. Played on the left. He also played sometimes on the right-hand side. So he's had that experience. He's had that knowledge across the top end. So if anybody was to, I'm very much like the rest of the lads. If somebody come in for me for anywhere 70 plus, and I can't see there being 100 million, but if it was 70 plus or 50 plus a player, I'd snap their hands off.
But the only thing I'll say, Gary, is his numbers have gone up exponentially in the last couple of seasons, haven't they? So
Last year, no.
Last year, what are we talking about?
He's still got 9 goals. But I mean, compared to his early days, he got 22 goals in his last 91 games.
He is
about,
a forward.
about 1 in 4.
1 in 4, yeah.
Which isn't.
Well, it's not only a winger though, DX. I mean, he's played up top for a lot of the time.
Oh, he's useless up top.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But he has had the opportunities. That's what I'm saying, up top to also shine, which a lot of players don't get when they've got numbers up there. So for me, you've got to start asking yourself. Yes, again, we've got a situation where he's had one good season for us where he looked electric. He signed his contract, but since he signed that contract, he has fallen off the mile a little bit. Now, whether that's because of interest elsewhere, his favoured club of Liverpool, obviously where he was born, who knows? Nobody will ever know the true answer to that. As Wynne said, according to all the reports, he's very happy in the Northeast. But is that just PR? Yeah. We don't know.
Well, I mean, he can't say otherwise. So that stuff is I don't know. I don't really trust that too much.
I think just to add in terms of like falling off, I think the team in general, like Newcastle in general, where there was a period that we fell off, and obviously we picked that back up, and that affected Newcastle. There's 2 places that Newcastle have struggled this season. That's goal efficiency. So we create a lot of chances, but we didn't always finish all those chances. And Gordon has attributed to that. Harvey Barnes picked up the slack there. Fair play to him. And the other one is offensive impact from the midfield, meaning we don't have enough players from the midfield area who contribute like key passes, through balls, things of that nature. The 2 main people that do that were Bruno Gomes and Tino Livramento, interestingly. So we don't have enough of those players who provide us through balls. Hence why we're looking at, for instance, the likes of Jacob Ramsey to come in, and we're looking more into a 4-2-3-1 type of formation where you've got 2 pivots playing in behind number 10 type of player in João Pedro. So you'll have more, hopefully, of that offensive impact for runners like Gordon, Isak, and whoever plays on the right as well. So all of that's supposed to help. So I think if Gordon does stay, hopefully he does, you'll see a lot more of him. And just to add, again, Jacob Ramsey and Gordon played together for the England under 21s, 23s. We did a show on it, and there's a good number of articles in terms of how well they played. And I think Eddie Howe is very, very mindful about partnerships between players. So Jacob Ramsey, for instance, has no interest, very little interest in being responsible for being like a goal and assister type of player. But he's really, really good at key passes and through balls. So is João Pedro. Whereas Gordon has found his real talent in front of goal, whether it's creating goals or assisting goals. Scoring goals or assisting. So I think those are the type of partnerships that Eddie Howe's trying to create as well. And I think we're going to play a lot more different. I think it was mentioned earlier with having a ball playing goalkeeper and a ball playing right centre backs. I think we're going to be a lot more back to what we originally were in the second year under Howe, kind of on the front foot. So I think whoever plays up top, whether it's Elanga, João Pedro, Gordon, are going to spend a lot more time in the penalty box, where you want Gordon to be. So as long as Gordon's head is in it, which I think it will be, if he's to stay at Newcastle, I think we'll get a really good output from him.
Interesting. The Trafford talks are continuing as well. 30 million is too much for Newcastle apparently. Don't forget to smash the like button. It helps us a lot to keep growing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, activate all notifications, that way you get notified every time we go live. And don't forget, you can become a member, get exclusive content, access to all of our live shows on demand at the time that you want. Also, of course, giveaways every month, sometimes multiple giveaways a month. So stay tuned for that, check it out, help support the channel. It's a small fee, and of course you help us and grow. If you hate the Mackhams, smash that like button.
To save the bleeding races. When we got the wheel put on, away we went again. But them that had their noses broke, they came back our him. Some went to the dispensary, and some to Dr. Gibbs's, and some to the informer.